Ever thought to yourself how Pearl Davis pulled off a jaw-dropping $1 million in just a year? And get this, that number is still rising.
If you got a kid by two different baby daddies, like, don't ask the next guy to wait for you. Just sleep with him, ho. You ho. Stop acting like you're not ho.
Hidden beneath her rapid rise is a darker story. I mean, seriously, she went from this.
I'd like to keep going to my church and really just spread God's love.
Right, Pearl, you've be called the female Andrew Tate. How do you plead?
She's the one that said slavery was embellished.
Just Pearly Things can't catch a break.
Pearl is everywhere right now. Podcasts, TV, our social media feed.
Like, I think that Just Pearly Things girl, I think that's pure grift.
Okay, let's rewind the clock a little to uncover exactly how Pearl got here.
This whole social media journey started when I was 22.
I was working this sales job, and it was literally like...
I freaking hated that sales job. Like, it was hell. Yeah, and so then I did that for 2 years, and then I decided to go to England. And when I go to England to play volleyball.
Well, getting a master's degree in a year, and then I figured I could like work on my YouTube and my TikTok on the side. I end up posting on TikTok, and my TikTok account's like starting to get a couple thousand followers. Nothing crazy, but I think I was at maybe 50K.
Pearl was on a mission to grow, trying all sorts of content tricks.
I just kept posting basically what worked. So then I started posting confessions, breakup quizzes, stuff with my siblings, just whatever seemed to work at the time. I went from 15,000 to 215,000 on TikTok.
I got to 850,000, and then they took away my account.
For what?
I called a girl a whale.
What made you cross all the way over to Red Pill?
Well, I'll tell you why. It was Kevin Samuels was what kind of started to red pill me. That was Kevin Samuels' talking point, and he would list the attributes of a high value man or whatever it was. They were talking about how high value men cheat, and I was like, my dad doesn't cheat. So I called my dad. I'm like, where are your hoes, Dad? They said you gotta have hoes. Yeah, there was a lot of different red pill channels.
Okay, what was your appearance on Kevin Samuel's show like? Did you call in or?
Yeah, I called in.
Pearl.
Hi.
So yeah, how long have you been with your boyfriend?
About 6 months.
Okay, I would say if you know you want to be married, I don't know how you guys started, but I would say you need to have the conversation. You need to have the conversation and ask, does he want to be married? I actually did have a call with him after. You didn't see it. He told me that I was a wife, and you need to find a husband, not a boyfriend. The last time I talked to Kevin, I was asking him for YouTube advice. And honestly, after that call, I took his advice, and 3 months later, my channel doubled in growth.
Only less than a year earlier, she held quite different opinions about his content.
My biggest criticism of Kevin Samuels, I think it's really important to go to people that are actually practicing what they preach rather than telling you what to do.
Taking inspiration from other red pill content influencers and integrating Kevin Samuels' key talking points, Pearl found herself gaining momentum with the podcast. Soon she started cashing in on the surge in red pill content popularity.
Just Pearly Things can't catch a break.
Pearl is everywhere right now. Podcasts, TV, our social media feed.
I think feminism is really about women wanting special privileges and treatment. 1 to 10, what do you rank Lizzo? 1 to 10. At 300 pounds. How could one be happy?
The channel growth was steady, business boomed, but then came an unexpected twist.
911, what's your emergency?
I'm not sure what it is, but he's not breathing. I'm trying to give him CPR, and he's breathing now, but I think he has a irregular rhythm. Please, hurry.
Rumors swirling on social media are now confirmed. Self-proclaimed relationship guru and viral YouTuber Kevin Samuels has died in Atlanta.
Following the passing of this key figure in the red pill content space, the throne was empty. You might be asking, who was willing to step up? Indeed, Pearl Davis. For a whole year, she was riding high. Views flooded in, subscribers multiplied like rabbits, more fans, more cash, and of course, more critics tagging along. So what's the straightforward secret behind Pearl's millionaire status? She churned out multiple podcasts week after week, and from those podcasts, she'd get an editor to whip up hundreds of clips that she'd repost multiple times a day. Many racked up hundreds of thousands of views, helping her to get over 100 million views every single month. Crunching the numbers, even with a conservative estimate of $2 CPM, she's comfortably making at least $2.1 million a year. Who knew that the red pill manosphere space could be so lucrative? But wait, just when things seemed to be at their best, in December 2022, Pearl scored an interview with Andrew Tate.
When we're talking about feminism as a whole demonizes men.
The controversial social media influencer Andrew Tate has been arrested in Romania on suspicion of human trafficking and forming an organized crime group.
Surprisingly, Andrew Tate's arrest caused Pearl's YouTube views to skyrocket, and she earned herself the nickname of the female Andrew Tate.
Pearl speaks on men valuing attractiveness, purity, and youth, and says in order to get a high-value husband, or husband at all, you should be those things.
Men value purity and youth.
In terms of purity, Pearl's not a virgin.
She's a liar, and she will purposefully lie, and she's caught in real time lying because it benefits her audience and she can sell her product.
Pearl isn't the one to slow down. She was diligently producing content as if there was no tomorrow. But things were about to change for the worse.
Just Pearly Things has been caught up in some controversy.
In what way was slavery made to seem more horrible than it was?
So I'm communicating in the interview that I'm quoting an author.
You're not being honest. Okay, so you disavow. Just disavow it then. That's easy. Just say, I don't think slavery was embellished. I mean, that's super easy. That's like a layup. Do you agree? You know what I mean? It's like, just say you don't think slavery was embellished.
I think there are certain facts that you're not allowed to talk about. I don't really want to talk about it.
Her media empire seemed to be on the verge of collapse.
Pearl, you f***ed up.
The world was closing in. Success appeared to be slipping through her fingers.
She's the one that said slavery was embellished.
However, Pearl didn't waver. Rather than releasing the typical apology video, she persevered and continued constructing her empire. Now she's set on establishing her own media network, similar to Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire.
I stole Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson, Candace Owens, like all their YouTube manager. He just quit, so he works for me now.
A glance at her latest videos reveals a talking head format, offering her reactions on current events, much like what you'd expect from figures like Candace Owens or Matt Walsh. It took Pearl a solid 3 years to transition from a hopeful content creator to amassing over $2 million annually from her YouTube channels.
And I'd like to keep going to my church and really just spread God's love.
She's come a long way from where she started.
You either die a hero
or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.